Hey guys, Matthew here from Never Give Up Behavioral Health Services. Again, bringing you another video on how to become a rock star. Thank you so much for watching the videos, and thank you so much for sharing them. As we continue to put the videos out, we hope to bring value to you and your practice or your business as you continue to be rock stars. So let's get to work. I have a great value for you this week, so let's go check it out. All right, let's get to work this week. We have the next core value that helps us continue our journey in becoming a rock star. Number 4, motivation. It's one of my favorite, is how to stay motivated in life, because life becomes very tough at times, especially in business or in careers or in family. It doesn't matter where you are in your life. Motivation is one of the hardest things. How do I keep the consistency and motivation moving? So I'm going to be sharing with you 8 concepts that can help you continue your motivation. But today we're going to do 4, and I'll do another video throughout the week to share the other 4. So you got to stay tuned and watch the videos. And if you didn't watch the last value, go below. You can click the link and watch and catch up with us on the values. We're on number 4. So let's get to work. So let's go to our first concept on how to stay motivated. All right, here's the first concept when it comes to motivation. Now, these are just ideas and concepts that will help you, and I hope they've helped me in my life, and maybe they'll help you. Number 1 is this: embrace. You have to embrace new things. One of the things I've noticed when it comes to motivation, you need to get outside your box. Embrace new things that come your way. Maybe it's knowledge. Maybe it's different ways of just embracing new concepts and ideas, because it helps develop innovation. Maybe it's just taking a yoga class, embrace an experience that you never had out there. Because a lot of times when you embrace new concepts and new ideas, it really helps you grow. It helps that motivation, and it feeds the fuel of curiosity. One of the things is embracing is so powerful, because if I'm constantly thinking I have everything in my head and I can do everything, my embracing something new is not going to be able to take place, because I'll be closed-minded. Number 2 is turning away from fear. Fear is always a favorite topic of mine I love to teach on. Over the years, I've learned to embrace fear. Growing up with a learning disability, reading and writing at a 4th grade level, fear was just part of my life. Fear of failing tests constantly. The fear of getting up into class and can't spelling something and being made fun of. That was just part of life. But fear is a part of taking the risk to push you to that next level. Now, you assess yourself when it comes to fear. You look at, is there anything of danger when it comes to fear that might hurt you physically? If not, then you move forward and challenge yourself to push yourself into that fear. Even if it takes you 10 years to overcome it, you need to push yourself through it. Maybe it's public speaking. Maybe it's just to get on that airplane. Or maybe it's to start that private practice. Or maybe it's to stop avoiding those things in practice that you avoid. A lot of times we fear the things like fear of failure or the fear of rejection. You have to look at what is it that you fear and really take a place in it. Here's the thing I want to leave with you when it comes to fear. We teach the individuals that sit across from us, if you're a coach, a therapist, a doctor, whatever it may be, and we address fear with them constantly, because it's the unknown. If you don't address your fear, how can you become a greater teacher, a greater coach? You have to push yourself through the fear. Now, I'm not saying go jump out of an airplane. If you don't want to jump out of an airplane, don't do it. But push yourself, stretch yourself, so that you don't sit in your comfort zone. Make sure that you grow. Just like when you were in school, that comfort zone, it might be a way to escape it, but you were in a growth zone. If you had some circles, you really pushed yourself into it. I encourage you to keep doing that throughout your life. Make sure you stretch, and it'll keep you motivated. Number 3, it takes us to the next concept. Use total immersion. And you know, one of the things when it comes to total immersion, let me explain that, is a lot of times as human beings, we dabble in a lot of things. And what I mean is, we'll try this a little bit, we'll do this a little bit, but we don't fully immerse ourselves into it. It wasn't until I immersed myself into coaching and into becoming a private practice owner or that I understood it. It took several years. It's been 20 years in the field, and I'm still learning. You have to totally immerse yourself into it, and you have to be willing to push through the ups and downs. Don't just dabble, Because if you dabble, you'll be a good in a lot of things, but never a master in none. So it's a jack in all trade, a master in none. So you got to decide, what is it that you're going to master? It takes 10,000 hours to become an expert, and a lot of hours beyond that to become even better expert at what you're doing. You have to decide, what is it that you're going to immerse yourself into. If it's diagnosing, if it's becoming the best researcher ever, if it's just becoming the rock star. It doesn't matter. When it comes to immersion, it's like this. If I want to learn Spanish, which I've tried, you have to immerse yourself into the culture. See, my wife is Spanish. I bought the Rosetta Stone. And the biggest thing is it didn't work because I chose not to immerse myself into it. I dabbled. I played with it. Until I'm serious enough to learn it, then I will learn it. And it's like life. Anything you play with. If you want to become the best therapist, then go be it. If you want to become the best doctor, then go do it. You have to immerse yourself and become that person that you want to become. You have to put yourself in a place where you can pay the price, just like what John Maxwell says, the law of the price tag. You have to put the time in to get the price out of it, to get the payoff. It has to come back. So make sure you don't dabble. Immerse yourself, because that helps you stay engaged and motivated, because you continue to learn and pull those things you need. All right, number 4 is dropping the pointless obligations. This is so important, and I want you to really look at number 4 is, how do you drop the pointless obligations? See, in life, a lot of times as human beings, our eyes are bigger than our stomach, or again, it goes back to fear. We're in fear that we might lose an opportunity or we'll get left behind. But a lot of times we got to be careful what we take on, because time is so precious. You need to look at all the things you're doing and drop the pointless things. Those obligations that are taking their time, the time suckers I call them. People want to take your time, and they will try to take your talents by keeping you busy for their own personal gain. The thing is, you need to understand what is your purpose and stay true to where you're moving. And drop all the clutter. Turn off the cell phones, turn the TVs off, and stay focused, because today there's so much noise that'll keep you distracted. There's so many things you can be doing that'll keep you distracted, so you really have to stay on point. I think the best analogy I ever heard is when a basketball player or an athlete says there's a point in their career, it's called the sweet spot. You become the best when you step into your sweet spot and you stay there. Now, you can't stay there all the time, because that's like the growth zone. But when you're there, you're on. You're making the baskets, you're scoring, you're making the points in your team. And the same thing comes when you drop the pointless obligations. You will get into your sweet spot, and it's amazing how much emotional capacity you have at that point when you don't have all the clutter. All right, so that's it. Those are the 4 of the 8 concepts that I'm going to share with you. So the next video, I'll share you the next 4. But go apply these this week. I encourage you to take the challenge. Really look through the 4 of these concepts and see where you're at with them. Comment below on the videos. If you want to go check out our other core values, go below and click on the link. It'll take you back to our other core values, and you can catch up with us. Till then, guys, continue to be a rock star. Never give up on yourself and those around you. Take care.